Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ingrid, and in today's video, I will share with you some information I think is important for the Haitian community. So, as you know, I worked in different areas when I'm in Canada or in Florida, and also myself, I have experienced some important problems related to those diseases that I will be sharing with you, and how important it is to know the symptoms and also what to do about it. So let's begin. The number one disease that I am sharing with you is called Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is mainly disease, neurological disease, um, and it affects people, mainly elderly people. And how does it affect it is, I think in Creole, they call it maladie bliée, or Alzheimer, maladie Alzheimer. So what it is you have your mother or father or old auntie, and she asks you questions about some situation. Let me give you an example. Myself, my grandmother, when she was living with me, she would ask me if I saw her brother. And I said, "No, Mama, you are living in Canada, so we're not in Haiti." And she says, "Oh, okay." And then 2 minutes later, she would ask me the same question. So, in a nutshell, what is Alzheimer is that the person forgets, or the person is talking to you and you don't know he's looking at you or she's looking at you, but mentally she's not there. Sometimes they also ask you, "Who are you?" And you say, "Mama, Papa, it's me." And they walk away, they come back. And so if you see those behavior in the person, please realize that it is important. The person has a real mental disease, a neurological. The person really does not recognize you or does not remember. The person has a memory loss. Li perdu. That li perdu, c'est que the person's body is here with you, and but the soul is somewhere else. You don't know where the soul is. So, if you are concerned about it, you need to visit a clinic or call your doctor, your family practitioner, so they can make further tests to determine whether the person has Alzheimer's and what to do. The reason why I'm saying this is because when someone with Alzheimer's disease is living with you, it could be dangerous for the person, because when you go to work, the person may open the door and walk away anywhere on the street, and you're not aware of it. So, if the person does not have an identity on him or her, they could take them to the, someplace, and you could be losing the person, or wondering where the person is. It happened to my grandmother when I used to go to school, to university. I was attending university. When I'd come back, the door was open, and thank God I was living in an apartment building at that time. So the person, like, when I opened the elevator, she was there, and she asked me, "Where were you? Kiko Toteye." I'm like, "Mama, you're not supposed to do these things." So it's a very stressful disease for the loved ones. And I really urge you to seek help for the person. Do not beat the person. Do not get angry at the person. You have to take a compassionate attitude towards that person, because the person is really forgetting or has memory loss. This is what mainly the Alzheimer's disease is. And I am also encouraging you to seek medical help and go online, do a Google search on Alzheimer's, and then ask your the clinic to if you could come with your mother or father and see what you can do about it. Okay, so the second disease is dementia. Um, in Creole, they call it demas, or I've heard people call it munlang gaga. Okay, because the person doesn't know what he or she is doing. She does not remember. It's not as intense as the Alzheimer, but when the person has demence ou bien dementia or demas ou bien munlang gaga, the person exposes, sometimes the person just pee on her or him and the person does not realize that. Okay, and she is very frustrated, and the person also can really argue with you that they did not do an action, or they don't know what happened to them. They're not lying. So you are dealing with someone who has a neurological disorder, which is called dementia, or in Creole, demence, gaga. So it is important also to seek medical help in order to find the options that are available in your area. I don't know if you're living in Canada, in Miami, or France, whatever. It is important because myself, when I was dealing with my grandmother's Alzheimer, I did not know. I was a bit frustrated. I was puzzled because I love my grandmother and she could never go wrong with me. So when she could ask me those questions, I would question what's going on. I was not aware of this, what they call that Alzheimer. So I urge you to do the same thing for your mother or your father as early as you can before it deteriorates. Okay, so the third disease that you need to know, and that one in particular is let me see. I'm looking at my list here. So we talk about Alzheimer, dementia, and yes, bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder can happen to anyone, young and old. So in Creole, the bipolar disorder is la maladie bipolaire in French, or in Creole, people call it li à saison. À saison, meaning that one minute the person is happy and is talking to you normally, the other minute the person is angry at you, accusing you of a lot of things, and you wonder what just happened here. Why is the person like this? Or sometimes they say tête chaud. That's another expression that I heard. No, bipolar disorder, do not take it personally. It's the person has, it's like a double personality. Personality à double. Donc, and this is why Haitian people in Haiti call it a saison. You know the season changes, so it's the same thing. So don't take it personally. Most of the time, people who are à saison do not realize that they have the disease and they accuse you. So you also need to be aware of that if you're living with your husband or wife that is à saison, and they could seek medical help and get medication to control the chemical imbalance in their brain. So that is the third disease or disorder, I would call it. The fourth one is what they call seizure in English, or epilepsy. Also, I've heard it, they call it epilepsy, and the person is having a seizure, meaning that the person starts shaking. He could be talking to you or she, and all of a sudden they fall down and then they shake. The whole body is shaking, and you have some white stuff coming out of foam coming out of their mouth. That is in crise. They call it in Haiti crise or malcadie. Okay, malcadie in French, they call it une crise, une épilepsie, or le malcaduc in French. So whatever you know, you need to leave the person on the floor, because most of the time the person will be falling on the floor and foam coming out of their mouth. Don't try to touch the person. Don't try to um, force the person to stand up. Just let him there. Or if you can put a pillow next to the person so they don't hit their head anywhere, like against, a hard surface. So this is very serious also. So once the usually it lasts a few seconds to a few minutes. So you need to call 911 wherever you are if you can, or seek medical help as soon as you can, because there is an imbalance in the person's brain, and you need to figure this out as soon as possible. Sometimes it happens once, and sometimes it happens many times. Okay, so the last one, which is the most dangerous one I find, is schizophrenia. And in French, they call it let me see, schizophrénie or schizophrénie. But most Haitian uh, say l'irritant des voix. Okay, so sometimes the person is sitting with you or is walking with you, and all of a sudden he tells you that let's start running. It happened to someone I know. Let's start running because people are following him or her. Okay, and you try to look back, the person said don't look back, let's run, and you look running like an idiot. You don't even know why you look back, and they don't know. Or the person tells you, yeah, I heard you talk to someone in the basement. There's no one in the basement. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms that you should look out for when a person is having, schizophrenic moment. Okay, and schizophrenic people can be, dangerous, and they can harm you or sometimes themselves. So it is something that you should consider, uh, you know taking a look at as soon as possible, or find a nurse or a doctor or a clinic and describe the situation. Or if you are taking the person to the hospital and say, yes, the person is hearing voices, l'entend des voix, the person is hearing voices, you need to be able to describe the symptoms or the behavior to the nurse practitioner or the doctor, so that they can give him the proper service at the hospital. So I hope this has been very useful. And as I mentioned, those mental health diseases are here. Unfortunately, the Haitian people, my brothers and sisters, we are not aware of them because we were not trained on them. And me, because I've worked in the system with people, doctors, healthcare practitioners, I am aware of them. And you need to be aware, and you need to take action whenever you see the first symptom, the first behavior on these, your loved ones. Do not panic. There's no point panicking. It's scary at the beginning. Yes, it's okay to panic, but you have to realize that, okay, this is what I said and this is how to do it. You need to seek medical help as soon as you can. And also, if the person with schizophrenia, or monotone des voix, like they call it, and is accusing you of a lot of things, you need to be very, very, very concerned about those behaviors. One example I can say is, I was working as a social worker back in Florida, and this mother had a son who had a seizure. And so we asked her questions, and I explained to her, and I said, what did you do? She says, nothing. All she did, she boiled the son's t-shirt and made him drink it. So I had to explain to her what she needed to do about it. Then the next time to call an ambulance, 911, they will send an ambulance to take care of the child. So I hope this video was helpful to you. and feel free to share it with your friends and other, you know, people, because this is a very serious health concern for all of us. And the more we know about those medical diseases, mental diseases, the better we'll be able to assess the situation, protect us, our loved ones, and be a better, you know, better citizens. So feel free to like and share this video, and then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.